Joaquin, bienvenida, bienvenido. I hope everyone feels welcome. So I'm back now with my third YouTube video. Yes, I'm going to keep numbering them because I'm so excited that I'm finally getting started with my YouTube channel. This is my actual third YouTube video today. So if you're like, oh, I saw her other video and her other video, she has the same thing on. Yes, ma'am, I'm running all these in the same day. My intention is to do 4. What I don't want to do is send you all over to watch my channel and there's nothing there. So again, I'm Destiny. We will get into where the name Destiny came from, how I got to be a Destiny, how I come to be a Destiny. And so we'll do that much later. But again, I am here on Cooking Up Conversations. And I've already explained the title was originated from doing these videos with someone that loves to cook. I love to converse, and we were going to merge the two together and make it a skillful YouTube channel. This channel is, again, like no other. You will come here and hopefully subscribe and be a part of a positive community and help me build this channel. And with that being said, there's a lot we're going to uncover. There's so much to unpack. This channel is definitely about, let me give us some light real quick. And I think yeah, let's get some light. Hopefully that sets a better view. Yeah, I got off track, but let's get back on track. The channel is going to be about a lot. The topics are going to be really just picking each other's brains and getting into life topics, life situations, life ordeals. And we're just going to figure out how we can be supportive one to another. And so with that, I'm looking to build this channel rather rapidly because I want to get to the lives. I always say that and think of American Idol. But get to the lives. With that, I mean get to the live where we can click the live button, do a live interaction so that I can communicate, look at the little panel where you have questions and you're commenting, and we can just kind of navigate that thing up close and personal. Like the whole, it's like texting and emailing. You got to wait for somebody to reply. You send a message, wait for them to reply. You send a message. And that can just be so draining as opposed to just pick up the phone and get the conversation over with. That's how I want our interaction to be. Just get to those lives and we're right there in the moment together. So we definitely have got to do YouTube's rules and regulations. We've got to cover so much walk time, which is a lot of hours of you all watching the videos to get us to that point, and also lots of subscribers. So again, once you get to those points, YouTube finally release that button, you can hit live and we can just love on each other. Yay! So I do want to talk about, because the first 2 videos I didn't go in too deep. There's a few things going on. This is my first day doing the videos, filming. So I'm learning some things along the way. I have some new equipment. I'm learning that. And so yeah, I'm speaking rather fast because it looks like I've got to figure out the battery option on the camera that I have. And with that, it's going pretty quickly. So it's making me feel like I need to rush the conversation so that we don't get cut off at the end because the battery died. I'm working on the seller of this camera to see, hey, is this normal? Batteries dying on a brand new device at about 10-12 minutes. Seems like pretty low battery life. Anywho, not your issue, not even my concern. We're going to let the people who sold this to me figure it out. But what we're going to talk about, the reason I didn't in the first 2 videos was, again, because of that. I'm trying to rush and get other things said, but I want to slow down. I want to dig a little deep because that's what this channel is about. We're going to have lots of fun, but mainly we're here to really dig deep and have some serious conversations. So a little bit more about me. Why I decided to do this YouTube channel. Wow, it's really interesting. I wanted to do this channel several times across my life. Now, the first story has nothing to do with YouTube because I don't even know if YouTube, yeah, it doesn't matter. I was married once, and my ex-husband used to say to me, girl, if we made money for every single time you were on the phone talking to your girlfriends, we'd be rich. Now, what he meant by that is he literally always called me on the phone, brainstorming with a friend or another, always answering questions, telling them, oh girl, yeah, this and no that, and we need to figure this out, and you need to do this and do that. Like I was always on the phone giving somebody advice. I just felt like then he was just probably a jealous husband, just wanted his wife off the phone, wanted my time and attention, just wanted to nag because girls were doing what girls were doing. I didn't think anything about it. I did marry relatively young, so I didn't think much about what that man was talking about. However, that was just one part in life that he used to always say that. It must have meant something, but I was young. I was 20, so I didn't even like sit and dwell on what does he mean? Why is he saying that? I'm like, well, like, whatever. That was that. Another phase of my life, people used to always tell me, oh my gosh, you should have been a lawyer or a judge. You should have been a lawyer, a judge. You know, the way you pick things apart and pull things together and dissect things and figure things out, the way you do that, oh, I'm surprised. And I never really thought much about that. I used to have a weird hobby when I was younger to go actually sit in a courtroom and listen to cases, but I never thought, oh, I should be up there in the judge's chamber. I never thought that. Anywho, another phase of life, lots of people used to tell me that I should have been, I've even been told I should have been an evangelist, excuse me, back in my earlier years. When I turned 20, it was my first year getting married, first year I had a child, and the first year I became a Christian. I was 20 years old when all that happened. So to me, that was my glorious year. A lot of positive things happened. And so with that, people used to always tell me, you know, about being in the church. I should be an evangelist. I should be this. I should be that. I've always had these ideas from other people that I should do something when it comes to speaking. And I did agree with some of it. I agreed. I really did. The next phase in life was the person that cooks, the one that I'll be doing the channel with from time to time when our schedules can align. And we are doing the cooking up conversations, her cooking, and then she and I just kind of conversing on a deep topic while we wait on the food to finish or whatever, while she's prepping or cooking. We're going to be together having a conversation. I want to clear that up because I feel like in the first two videos, I might have mentioned she's going to be doing what she loves to do, cooking, and I'll be talking. No, she and I are going to be talking. So we're going to just have a pick each other's brain type of conversation because you and I aren't able to do it yet where we can just go back and forth. So she and I are going to do it periodically, again, when our schedules align to where we can. Otherwise, this is what you're going to get. But she told me one day, do you realize that when you're talking to people, you actually sound like a therapist? I was like, no. You know, I sound how I sound. She said, no, you really ought to listen to yourself. I'm like, well, I'm talking so I can hear. She said, no, like you should record yourself one day. You literally sound like what a therapist sounds like, talking to people. I didn't think much of it, but one day I had a friend that called and we were really talking about some deeply rooted things. I love those words when I'm referring to how these conversations are, because they're deeply rooted. We had a conversation and I'll say our past, even though we weren't siblings, but we were sisters. We were, friends like sisters. So we grew up together. I knew her family dynamic. She knew mine. And so something very deep and personal we were having a conversation with. And I had already started. I went straight in my mode. I go in, girl, let's talk about it. Let's dig deep. Let's fit. And then I'm thinking, let me record this conversation. I'm going to record this conversation. And I did. I don't recall how long the conversation was, but I did record it. And baby, I sound like a therapist. I was like, wow. It was interesting. It was definitely interesting to hear how I just went straight in. And I never, if you ever come to me about a problem or concern, I'm never one to say, well, girl, I don't know. Well, let's figure it out. Let me think about it. Never. I like hit the ground running. It's like I have sections of my brain just compartmentalized with answers, solutions, problem solving stuff just already loaded up there. Like I never hesitate. I do pride myself in not giving people any type of advice. So let me just say an example because I've already finished that part where I said I recorded that and I really heard that therapist type of voice in me. And if I haven't mentioned in this video, I did in the other two that I do have a psychology degree. I know it's not a top tier degree. It's just an associate's, but it tells you something about me where I wanted to be a family/relationship therapist or counselor. So that's always been a knack of mine. And so, but we'll get into why I never did all the courses and finished and had higher degrees. But having that conversation with her let me know I kind of do sound like that. And I never really try to figure out what it is I can advise somebody. I don't know why it just comes so quickly to me. But one thing I was stating, I pride myself in, I do not just tell people any type of information. I'll give the best example off the top of my head. Anytime someone is maybe like in a domestic situation, need to get out, I'm never just going to be like badass and tell somebody, just leave, girl, pack your stuff, just go. Now that's what I'm going to do because no one's going to stop me from exiting a toxic or dangerous situation. However, I can't give that advice to any and everyone because I may not know the other person well enough. I may not know how their brain is wired, their dynamics, how they navigate or function through life. So I'm never going to tell somebody, oh, girl, just leave, because you're not going to be in a terrible situation on my watch. Like, oh my gosh, like that person did something horrible to them because of the advice I gave. I never do that. So I do pride myself that if I'm giving someone advice, I say several things I feel like are smart, important, and safe. I'll tell them, now this is what I would do. It may not work for you, sis, but I'm just telling you this is what I would do. So I tend to do that. And then I still give some coaching advice, but I want to do it in a way that they're safe. That if we need to get the police involved to escort you out or get you safely out, let's do that. Or a family member, you feel like this person is not going to, come for you with that person around. It's just ways to advise people. And I do, again, I pride myself on being very careful and cautious. So when I say doing these channels, and there may be some people comfortable enough to come to me about some personal life, sis, we're going to make sure you get through a situation in the safest way possible. And if I don't know, if I'm not in your city or state and I can't meet you or do anything above and beyond for you, baby, I'm going to always tell you, hit that 911, call the police and get them people involved in whatever's going on. Don't just do things to where you or your children aren't safe. So that's just that dynamic there. But I wanted to just come back on because these first few videos, until we get to the giveaways and everything, are just to give you a feel of who I am, why I'm here. So the YouTube channel, I really wanted to do this for a long time. There was another part of my life where I had someone, it was a exchange student living with me from a different country, and we kind of got close, and I was just always laughing and joking about certain personal things in my life that I'm thinking, oh, we should do a YouTube channel about this. I don't even remember what the idea was at that point. I do remember it was the 3 C's, and one of them was common sense. I think it was cleanliness, common sense, and I don't remember the third one. So I remember 2, but not the third one. And yeah, I don't know. We were just brainstorming again some things that I'm really in tune with that I thought I wanted to do a YouTube channel with years ago. We never did, but again, it was an idea. So just how many different times that this YouTube idea has popped in my brain. So let's get more current and more serious. 2020, baby. Just saying that year, it was a lot. I don't know anyone still on earth that's still here with us today that could say 2020 wasn't a lot. Raise your hand if you could say, oh girl, no, 2020 was fine with me. It was great. I don't know where you spent 2020, but it couldn't have been during Black Lives Matter. It couldn't have been during, and I don't know if it was 2020, but the Popeyes chicken phrase where folks were literally killing and dying over some chicken. It couldn't have been during George Floyd, like 2020. And then we won't really speak much on the man that was in office, or, that situation that was in office. Because again, I like to be open. My thoughts and my opinion are mine, and I'm never going to blast you for yours. And I'm not going to accept anyone blasting me for mine. But I feel how I feel. So that was a horrible year. I was battling a lot of health issues during that year. To God be the glory, I'm here and I'm okay. But that was a very trying year for everybody. COVID, you had medical staff committing suicide because they could not deal with the depths of what was going on and the stuff they were seeing day to day on a job they probably once loved, they enjoyed. And now it was a lot. And I'm going to try my best not to get emotional because going back to 2020, it was a lot. Again, I battled my own health issues. But during the time George Floyd took his last breath, I'm going to just let that simmer for a hot minute. I'm not trying to bring up anything old and negative to mess with anybody's emotion. But I'm always a person that I'm going to stand on what's real. If it happened 20 years ago, if it's real and it happened. Let's talk about it. I wanted so bad to check on the world. I felt like a lot of people was going through it. COVID, that man being murdered in front of the world. I really did. I didn't know much. I never, all the times I've talked about doing a YouTube channel, I didn't know how to get it started. I didn't know exactly what all it entailed and what exactly to do. But baby, that was a time I was going to be like, just get on here and just get on something, get on live talk to the people, check on the people, make sure people are okay, because that was a trying year and we were going through it. And if you physically and personally did not go anything, you didn't have COVID, you didn't lose anyone to COVID, you still probably went through it just because of the energy across the globe. Whew, let's get off of it. I brought that up just to say that was another time in life that I wanted to do a YouTube channel. We're going to leave it there because I'm not ready to get real deep on y'all yet. I'm not. I really want us to get to those lives. I always see American Idol. And so we can do this thing together. It's going to be a little challenging for me to be so deep and have to just talk on the camera and wait, post the video and wait to see how you guys are engaging and commenting. But we're gonna do what we have to do because YouTube has its rules and we're here to abide by them, not break them. Well, we can't break them. You can't like get through their rule. You got to do what they got to do. You got to get their subscribers and you got to get the watch time. But honey, baby, sweet tea, family, I am dying for us to get to live videos so we could do this thing up close and personal. I wanted to jump back on here and just tune in to tell you a little bit more about myself, and that's that about, again, the psychology degree, where my heart is, how I love to love on people, give to people, which is all about these Shein giveaways. 98% of the items we are going to be giving away on a regular basis. Again, I want you to comment down below any suggestions you have for how we could do the giveaways. And I think I asked in the previous ones, like, would you all like me to do, like, this is the men's day, male day, and let the males get the items? Or do you just want to be like, no, any and everybody can play every day, and if it's a male item that you're giving away, the girls should be able to play as well? I really want your take on that. Tell me what you think on that. And yeah, should everybody play every day? Should I have girls' day, guys' day? Should I have kids' day? Just give me any type of advice. I'm asking a couple of specific questions, but I really want you to tell me anything you think can be helpful. And so with that, let's do a takeaway, because I'm not sure if I did on the second video, but I want to do a takeaway every time I do a video. And this is not a very intentional takeaway because I didn't have one in the top of my brain, but the takeaway is this: subscribing to this channel, making it your regular favorite channel right here, you are going to get some, what they call them, life learning lessons, some tools every video. We're going to talk about something. It's going to be something I say or something that someone has posted in the comment that's going to edify and educate someone else. In the first one, I did leave some information about the Married to Medicine TV show and Dr. Jackie meeting with the vice president. So it's going to be things I may just learn. There's something else that I did learn about, and this is going to be today's takeaway, just popped in my brain. I'm going to be transparent. I didn't have it, but it just popped in my brain. There is an organization, I will add it, whether it's in the description or a snippet of the video, I will add it, that if there is a, I'm not going to say a young mother, a woman that has given birth and do not want their child, for whatever reason that is, since we're not here to judge you, we're going to love on you and help you. There's an organization, and it popped up one day on Facebook, and I'm like, what? That organization, I thought it was weird because I didn't know what it was at first, is about being able to place an unwanted, and some people say they don't like the word unwanted, but whatever the circumstance or situation is, a child, before they are murdered, thrown in a trash, or something else detrimental happening to them. There is an organization. I'm going to make sure I get the name and everything. You can place the baby in a box. It's a very safe box. And I think the people over the organization, maybe when it opens or when the door closes, they get some notifications. So they have, within, I think, 5 minutes, they know. They have all of their set rules and how they run the organization. But they have a very safe time frame to where they get to that child. So it's kind of like back in the day, we all heard about you could drop a baby off at a police station, a hospital, there's no questions asked. Those things still exist. So again, this channel is about helping people who are in some type of distress. They need a shoulder to lean on, to cry on, just a listening ear. Any way we can help uplift a sister or a brother, help edify, help educate, help, like hands-on help you. That's what this channel is about. It's not enough of it going on around this world. And this channel here, Cooking Up Conversations, yeah, we're going to have these conversations because they may lead to saving somebody's life. They may lead to changing somebody's life. Everything's going to be beneficial and for the positive. So I'm going to get that information, the name of the organization, because you may know someone that's young and pregnant. They may be confused. They may have had a couple conversations and raise red flags to you like, wait a minute, what do you mean you don't know what you're going to do when the baby gets here? You know, people say things. And so I like the takeaway today to be mindful, watchful, and listen when people are speaking to you. Pay attention to those signs when someone may be telling you they are in, not danger, but they're in dire need of needing someone. Pay attention and listen. If you're not that person that's like me that can just hit the ground running with a solution, refer them somewhere. Suggest they get into therapy or counseling, or someone you may know they can speak to. Let's just continue to encourage and help and support and build each other up. That's what this channel's about. So even if I forget to do a takeaway at the end, which I'm going to try not to, the takeaway at the start, the middle, and the end of this video is about support and loving on one another. If we don't do anything else, love on somebody, support somebody, make somebody feel good and great today, tomorrow, last week, and next week. That's what we should do. So I'm going to add that thing about the children. We just want people, mothers, to stop doing things that aren't necessary to get rid of a child, and we want them to do those things that are safe to, make sure that child is safe. So again, the organization, I don't have the name off the top of my head. Randomly, I ran across it one day, but we're going to get that information out there, and we're going to pass it on. We're going to pass it on. If I don't know what your careers, your jobs are. If you are a teacher at high school, probably have a lot of pregnancies, maybe middle school. You have nieces, nephews. Just however you can spread these takeaways from this Cooking Up Conversations channel, however you can spread it, I encourage it, okay? So I'm going to go ahead and wrap this video up because we're going to do one more for the day. I don't want y'all to think I'm wearing the same clothes. Like, this girl, 4 days in a row, she had on the same clothes. No, 4 videos in the same day. Don't come for me, all right? So again, I appreciate you all. I do want you to stay tuned and keep watching. Please subscribe. Please share the link. Go get all your people. Tell them to come by. Subscribe to this channel and see if they can get some free gifts. Y'all see them shades, mugs. We got shoes. We have purses. We have items for kids and men. We're going to be doing Shein giveaways. And I just appreciate you all. So I'll say again, thank you for watching. Please subscribe.